Williams from the corner. Oh, he can knock down threes, Kenny. Now he's going to go back door. Oh, what a feed. Feed to Ume, who goes up for the slam. Devin Lilly drives, pulls up, fires home a two.
I'll tell you, man, you cannot underestimate the hustle this big man gives you. Strap in your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on.
Welcome inside a packed gymnasium here at Dakota High School. I'm Brad Fetters for Chippewa Valley Cable Television. Our rivalry rematch between the Dakota Cougars and the Chippewa Valley Big Reds. The Big Reds won the opening game between these two teams back on January 6th, a 48-47 thriller that came down to the buzzer. Dakota looking for a little bit of revenge here tonight on their home floor. Let's meet tonight's starters. First for the 3 and 6 Chippewa Valley Big Reds. They line up this way. Number 1, Isaiah Joe Liffey. Number 2, senior Kalen Shaw. Number 3, the 6'3" senior Cameron Petway. Number 13, Jordan Wright. And number 21, senior Justin Parker. Chippewa Valley is led by their head coach, Corey Smith. As for the Dakota Cougars, they are a .500 basketball team with a record of 5-5. However, they have won 3 of their last 4. The 5 on the floor to start tonight for the Cougars. Number 0, senior Kelvin Watson. Number 2, senior Owen Colpert. The junior, number 10, Trent Morin. Number 11, Alan Browning. And number 12, Nathan Washburn. The Cougars will be clad tonight in their home whites, Chippewa Valley in their road reds with black trim and white numerals. 8 minutes up on the big board, nearly set to go here tonight in a packed and energetic gym. Nathan Washburn tips it back and out of bounds. And they're going to say white ball. Jordan Wright got enough of that tip to send it out of bounds. So Dakota with the opening possession of the ball game. Here we go. This one should be a good one. Kelvin Watson flings a pass to Washburn, who catches it at the free throw line, puts his big hands up, asks for it right back. A little bit of a give and go. No good on the shot out of the right hand of Alan Browning. Picking up the offensive rebound, however, was Trent Morin, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. A big lineup on the floor to start here for the Cougars. A distinct height advantage as the Big Reds will run 4 guards. Morin and Browning, plenty of size down low. Owen Colpert will be the off guard with Kelvin Watson running the point. So it's a split at the stripe for Trent Morin. Missed the first, makes the second. So an early 1-0 lead for the Cougars. There's the dump down low. Fadeaway jumper on its way off the high glass and in. Isaiah Joe Liffey. Big Red's really going to kind of have to count on him for some offense. This is a Big Red team offensively that has struggled to put up points this season. 43 points per game. And that's really not going to get it done. Head coach Corey Smith knows that. A little drive-by by Colpert. And the Washburn able to get the putback to go down. 3-2 lead for the Cougars. Dakota extends a little half-court press. They get the turnover as Colpert and Browning came together, and then Browning threw it out of bounds, out of the reach there of Watson. So now the Cougars will extend that pressure all the way to a little bit of a full-court press as Browning is the man that's going to do it. Cash Shaw just calmly walks it up to the half-court line, but not over. Now he gets it on the feed. Pass to Jordan Wright, was looking for the cutting Parker, instead it's a steal. Colpert the other way, lays it up, no good. Tapped around and out of bounds there by the Big Reds. Jordan Wright disagrees with the call. And Colpert will trigger from underneath his basket. 6:26 left to go, opening quarter of play. So glad you decided to tune us in tonight here on CVC TV. Colpert trying to drive baseline. Tremendous defense there by Petway. The 6'3" senior stood his ground. Right over to Shaw, cradles the basketball, now goes to his right, little crossover dribble, gets the screen, dumps it over to right, three on its way, off the back heel, no good. And a little put back by Parker. And seesaw opening start to this game, 4-3 Big Reds in front. Washburn picks up the dribble. Petway with the near steal, and last touch by Dakota. Turnovers beginning to pile up just a bit for Dakota. As the Cougars will sag back defensively. Going to a man-to-man defense. Parker catches it right wing side. Kalen Shaw, the point guard, at the top of the key. Size disadvantage there, as the big Allen Browning has stepped out to cover Kalen Shaw. Big Reds ripping around the perimeter. A little step through. Now the kick out. Tremendous find on the cut there as Kalen Shaw lays it in. Good movement of the basketball. A tremendous cut to Shaw through the lane. And the Big Reds now have doubled up the Cougars. 6-3. Browning catches it right wing side. He goes to his left now, draws a double team, slashes through, no good. And a foul call against Dakota. It's going to go against Trent Morin, his first, team first. Shot from the paint, no good. Parker unable to connect. Colpert, far side, crosses over his man Petway. Now pulls up on the dribble. Follows up his own miss with a make. So Colpert, a guy that's dangerous. Parker misses the lay-in. Colpert around a screen. A little step through, able to get the floater to fall. Some offensive fireworks through the early going, and now a costly turnover by the Big Reds. Some miscommunication that time between Shaw and Petway. 7-6 Cougars in front. Paul Tocco, the head coach of Dakota, barks out the play call. A little handoff to Browning, backdoor cut. Pass intercepted as they were looking for Kelvin Watson along the baseline. Justin Parker over to Joe Liffey. Joe Liffey shakes and bakes. Pull-up jumper off the back heel, no good. Browning rips down the defensive rebound. Trying to dump it down low. Will now have to defer back to Colpert. Long range three on his way, halfway down, but refused to go. And it's Jordan Wright up ahead now to Kalen Shaw. Shaw hard to his left. Threw it into the corner, gets it right back. Corner three on its way. It's long, it's an air ball. Joe Liffey with the offensive rebound. The stick back, no good. Washburn rips it down. Parker still down on the floor. He's back up on his feet now as Browning with the put back. 9-6, the Dakota lead. A little 1-2-2 zone now defensively for the Cougars. And now they'll go right back to a man-to-man look. Shaw floats a pass, gets it right back, holds the ball high above his head. Parker on that left wing side. They'll switch as Petway dumps it down low to Joe Liffey. Goes up and under. Couldn't get around his man Washburn, who comes down with the defensive rebound. Cougars push it ahead. Look out! Oh, he's about to bring the roof down with the slam dunk attempt. Washburn couldn't finish. Leads to an odd man rush, but Chippewa Valley can't finish at the net. Colbert lobs it for Washburn, who finishes at the net. Now Corey Smith's going to want a timeout to try to quiet down this crowd. What a push there by the Cougars. A little mini run has them up 5, 11-6, 154 left to go in the first. So we mentioned the first contest between these two teams went the way of the Big Reds, 48-47, and it hasn't gone the way of Chippewa Valley as of late. Since that win over the rivals from Dakota, they have lost 4 straight. They currently sit at 3-6, 1-4 in the MAC Red. You mentioned they are averaging just 43 points per game while giving up 52. As for the Cougars, 5-5, 2-3 in the MAC Red. Have won 3 of their last 4, but are coming off a very disappointing 56-28 loss on the road to Grosse Pointe South. So you had to wonder how the Cougars would respond from such a demoralizing loss, and they have come up big so far in the early goings of this game. Evan DiBucci into the game for Chippewa Valley, their lone sub. Lorenzo Alfred into the game, along with Matt Wooters. Those are the changes for the Cougars, and there's a swat away by Colbert. Now goes down, picks up that loose ball. Little 4-on-3 for the Cougars if they hurry. Step back 3 by Wooters on the way is long. Kalen Shaw steps under it and gets the defensive rebound. Alfred comes out to guard Shaw. Shaw over to DiBucci, gets it right back to Shaw. Cameron Petway to DiBucci. Back up top to Shaw. Will slow things down. A little skip pass inside, and kickball is going to be the call against the Cougars. So Evan DiBucci will trigger from right in front of the home bench. 1 minute left to go in the first quarter. 11-6 Dakota in front. DiBucci picks up the dribble. Dangerous pass. They're going to say it was tipped. So Chippewa Valley avoids the backcourt violation. DiBucci, left wing side, defers up top to Shaw. Shaw directs traffic. And Jordan Wright came out, extended all the way out to the elbow. Shaw nearly lost track of the dribble. Gets it over to Wright. He hesitated. He traveled. Nice job by the student section to come out in support of their Cougars here tonight. You even see some of the gentlemen wearing suits, kind of like perhaps a club theme tonight by the student section. Wooters walks it across the Cougar logo right at midcourt. Under a half minute left to go, and now an off the ball foul. It's going to be an offensive foul as well. And they're going to get Lorenzo Alfred away from the basketball. His first, team's second. And Matthew Bomarito will come in and replace Owen Colbert on the floor. 22.4 seconds remaining, first quarter of play. A little 6-0 run here for the Cougars. Petway holds the ball high above his head, now puts it on the deck. Over to Donovan Harris. Harris wears 11 for Chippewa Valley. He's freshly into the game. Under 3 seconds, 3 in and out, no good. Out of the hands of Evan DiBucci, and that will do it. Good start here to this ball game. The Cougars in front, 11-6. Leading scorers for Dakota include Owen Colpert and Nathan Washburn with 4 points apiece. The Big Reds have 2 points apiece from 3 different scorers, Justin Parkin, Kalen Shaw, and Isaiah Joe Liffey. Now's a good time to let you know that new for this school year is a totally redesigned MHSAA website. The address is the same, just go to MHSAA.com for all your news, scores, schedules, and more. The new site works great on mobile devices. It makes tournament information even easier to find. Plus, get all the feature stories and final recaps right on the front page. Check out the new MHSAA.com. Also, make sure to check out the Chippewa Valley Cable Sports page on YouTube.com. Hit the subscribe button. You'll get email notification of when all of our programming is available to you online, including live streams of most of our sporting events. You can watch playbacks as well. And our season preview show with both of these teams, the captains and coaches were interviewed. Matt Wooters with the basketball. Opening possession of the second quarter will belong to Dakota. BJ Jackson into the game off the bench. Didn't get the start. Pull-up jumper, 16-footer, no good. Lorenzo Alfred able to track down the rebound. Dakota rings it around the perimeter. Alfred catches near side. Yo-yo's the basketball in his right hand. Now goes over to Wooters, who gets instructions from his home bench. BJ Jackson catches. The senior cuts through the lane, draws contact, and will shoot 2. Jackson, a very aggressive guard for head coach Paul Tocco. Occasionally finds himself in some foul trouble, but is a terrific offensive weapon when called upon to run the point. Jackson gives the ball a final spin, goes down and fires. Line driving free throw, no good. Shaw back into the game. Petway will take a seat for Chippewa Valley. Jason Barra freshly into the game for Dakota. So 2 misses at the line for Jackson. But the basketball will stay with the Cougars. 7:20 left to go, first half of play. Oh boy, they had Bomarito wide open on that inbound play and he couldn't pull the trigger. So Dakota will regroup and reset along the perimeter. Cross-court pass, 3 on the way. Barra, good. It was nothing but net. Jason Barra buries the 3, and the lead all the way up to 8 now. 14-6, 9 straight for the Cougars. Harris in his left hand, hands off to Kalen Shaw. Shaw back over to Harris. Harris just a junior. And nearly right had his pocket picked, but was able to recover in the backcourt. Going up, Marcellus Jackson swatted out of there by Barra. Pull up floater, no good. Barra goes up strong with the right hand and finishes. Momentum clearly on the side of the Cougars. Lead has reached double digits. Corey Smith looks down at his bench. He's going to get Bezuk and Petway back out on the floor. Trapping that far side. Cash Shaw able to work his way out of it. Finds Donovan Harris. Little crossover into the corner. Shaw pull back. Good. What an answer there by Kalen Shaw. And then he's got a little something to say to the student section on his way back down to defend. Alfred, little jab step. Thought about the corner pocket 3, deferred instead. Bomarito, basketball in his left hand. Barra's come in and really done a nice job off the bench. He's asserted himself in the offensive flow quite well. He's got 5 in this quarter. Jordan Wright catches outside. He's going to go back down as he was trying to find his way to his accustomed spot down there on the blocks, but instead the Cougars with the takeaway. So that Kalen Shaw 3 ended a really nice run there by the Cougars. Barra for 3. He launches and hits. Oh boy, what a lift he has provided. He's knocked down 2 triple. He's got 8 points in the quarter, and the lead back up to 10 for Dakota. Shaw with the bounce around the back, might have picked up the basketball. That could easily have been called a double dribble. Oh, VJ Jackson with a near steal, but instead we'll have a reach-in call against Dakota. They're going to get Matt Wooters instead. Now some wholesale changes for both teams. Try to get you all these changes. Joe Liffey into the game for Chippewa Valley. Nathan Washburn providing some size now for Dakota. Here comes a double team. And we're going to have a jump ball possession arrow, says Big Red Ball. Zachary Bezouk in, wears 14 in red. Wright catches along the baseline. Now he's going to float a pass back for Shaw, who had to avoid going over the timeline. Joe Liffey, that's his spot on the floor. 15-footer, no good. Tapped around, nearly controlled by Petway. It'll stay with Chippewa Valley. Shaw has to go back. He gets it. Crosses his man over, Owen Colpert. 2-on-2 there. Petway. Cutting Joe Liffey, brought down hard, will shoot 2. Foul against Nathan Washburn. 19-9 our score, 4:04 left to go in the second quarter. Joe Liffey going to make sure the right shoe is tied tight. And he's got 2 free throws coming up. Makes the first. There's a good look at that student section. Making some noise, trying to distract Joe Liffey at the line. It's a split, and it's an offensive rebound for the Big Reds. Came all the way out to Joe Liffey. Shaw with 5 points. Nice crossover dribble. Little 4-out look for Chippewa Valley, and up and under, and that ball stuck on the rim, so it's a jump ball, and possession to the Cougars. Not too often you see that. However, during the JV game, you saw a ball get stuck up on the rim on a free throw. So something about this basket down here, this south end of the gymnasium. The ball just seems to be sticking up there. Watson dumps it down to Washburn. Oh, pretty stroke there by the junior. Nathan Washburn with a quick 6 in this first half. He's earned the start here tonight. Petway, pass deflected and out of bounds. Really important part of this basketball game for Chippewa Valley, down 11. They can ill afford to go down even more, and I think Corey Smith realizes that. He's going to take a timeout to talk over this offensive possession. So we mentioned the Cougars coming off that tough 56-28 loss to Grosse Pointe South, but prior to that, they rattled off 3 straight wins, including an 8-point win over Stevenson, a 5-point win here at home against Stony Creek, and a 3-point league win in overtime against Lance Cruz North. So 3 wins sandwiched in between a couple league losses to Roseville and Grosse Pointe South. Grosse Pointe South has just been absolutely red hot in the MAC Red, off to a perfect 5-0 start. As we hit the halfway point of league play, GPS is also a 9-3 overall, averaging nearly 62 points per game. Absolutely incredible start to league play for the Blue Devils. And now we're going to get a reach-in call against Barra. It's his first, 5th against the Cougars. 3:08 now remaining in the second quarter. Oh boy, miscommunication there on the inbound play, and it will lead to a pick 6. Mike Wooters able to lead it in. So all that time spent in the huddle talking things over. Straightaway 3 on the way off the back iron, refused to go down. And there's a steal. Shaw going the other way. 3-on-2 if he hurries. Shaw, tremendous move, and then glares at the student section once again. Can only do that if you back it up, and Kalen Shaw has done just that. 7 points, and an answer right back by Owen Colpert. Those two dudes know each other well from a lot of battles on the football field. Two tremendous athletes in Kalen Shaw and Owen Colpert. Joe Liffey back to Shaw. Directs traffic, asks for a screen. Gets it from Joe Liffey. Now into the corner. Defender up in the air, couldn't pull the trigger. Neither could Shaw. Now get a whistle and an offensive foul. Trent Morin into the game, and big 6'4" junior Jordan Wright will check in as well for Chippewa Valley. 25-12, under 2 minutes now left to go in the first half of play. Mike Wooters, far side, floats one over to Washburn. Watson picked up the dribble. Pass down low, contact, no call. Jordan Wright able to rip it down. Now looks up the floor, finds Kalen Shaw streaking on the right-hand side. Joe Liffey lifts and hits. That's a big 3. Joe Liffey now with 6 points. Lead down to 10, 25-15. Colpert, and they're gonna wave off the shot and call a traveling violation there on Washburn. He caught, was looking to take flight, but instead took too many steps and gets called the travel. Shaw, no look pass to Jordan Wright. Wright, a little up and under, unkind roll off the rim. And I'll let Browning now with those two different colored shoes. He's got a green one on the left foot and then kind of like a highlighter pink on the right foot. And Joe Liffey rips it down. Going the other way, Euro steps. Ooh, that was a pretty move. Joe Liffey with 6 points here in this second quarter, 8 in total. Lead down to 8. Half a minute remaining in the first half. Kelvin Watson catches, top of the key. And an offensive foul. Those are starting to pick up. Trent Morin's going to get called for the illegal moving screen. So we'll see if the Big Reds here hold for one final shot, trailing by 8. They'll bring in Dennis Barth, the 6'3" junior. 22 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Shaw, no indication that they're going to hurry through this half-court set, so more than likely they will hold for one final shot and will take us in to our intermission break. Stick around during halftime. We hope to have a special guest as that tap back by Jordan Wright refused to fall. An entertaining first half of play. The home team, the Dakota Cougars, lead it 25-17. As I mentioned, we hope to have a very special guest at the halftime intermission. So keep it locked right here to Chippewa Valley Cable Television.
Please welcome the Dakota Varsity dance team performing the two-time grand champion gallery.
Ron Robertson. Ron, first question for you. What did you think of the first half of play?
Gosh, it was great. It was great. From the minute I got here, the kids ran. It was wonderful. Great to see them out competing. And halftime, wonderful dance routine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chippewa Valley's on display this evening.
They sure are. Talk to me a little bit about the importance of athletics when it comes to community involvement and what takes place at the schools.
Yeah, you know, I think in public schools, I always tell kids when they go to high school, find something you want to do outside of just being a student during the school day. So whether it's athletics or clubs or anything, esports, dance, volleyball, we want the kids involved. And that's what's really great here. There's so much for our kids to learn by being a part of a team.
We've sort of hit that halfway mark of the school year. Kind of just give us your thoughts on the school year and what maybe we should be looking forward to in the upcoming months.
Oh my, it's been an absolutely wonderful school year. I travel to all the schools continuously throughout the year, and my conversations with students and teachers and administrators have really been very good. I mean, we've come out of a couple of tough years, and it is just great to see everyone back in action and doing what they love to do, which is just being together in a community school.
Rumor has it that you have some special things maybe in the plans for Chippewa Valley Cable Television, maybe a little quiz bowl perhaps?
Oh yeah, we've been talking about quiz bowl. That's just something else that we like to have our kids do. Some kids like to get out here in a court. Some kids are more interested in kind of those kind of pursuits with quiz bowl. Maybe some kids get on the court and then go do quiz bowl. So we're looking forward to quiz bowl. And I'm looking forward to trying to host that.
Now, I know a lot of folks watching at home are paying attention to the weather reports. There's reports of 4 to 6 inches of snow coming tomorrow. Give me an update on that and kind of give me the overall sense of what takes place in order to make that call of making the no school.
Yeah, well, the first thing is before I ever hear the weather reports, I know they're talking snow when I look at my Twitter and I start seeing my followers increasing. So that's been happening for a couple of days. And then I hope after whatever happens, they continue to follow me because there's good stuff out there that I put on Twitter. But as far as tomorrow, I don't know. It's supposed to start in the morning. So what I would say to our kids is do your homework. If you have a test, study for it. Sometimes in the day, we have to start our dismissal a little bit early if it's really bad in the afternoon, but we don't have any plans yet. We'll wait and see how it goes. So that's kind of where we are with that right now. Personally, snow days are not my favorite thing. Our transportation director gets out and starts driving around at 3 in the morning, and by 4 o'clock I'm having a conference call. And then after that I talk with a lot of superintendents in the area, and we kind of make a collective decision. Because so many of our programs, especially ones through the ISD, are inter-community. I mean, we have buses going through our district, bringing kids from to the International Academy, so we kind of need to make a unified decision.
Well, I'm sure you'll pick up quite a few followers in the next 24 hours on Twitter, and we'll keep our fingers crossed for some of those students that want the snow day, perhaps maybe on Thursday.
Yeah. Well, I doubt that. Maybe later, but at least it's warming up. It's warming up. So
days are getting a little longer.
That's kind of a weird way to put it. It's warming up for the possibility of having a snow day.
There we go.
But that might be far out there right now. So
well, appreciate you stopping by. Always a pleasure to talk to you. Chippewa Valley School Superintendent Ron Roberts, always a pleasure. You're doing tremendous things, and we got a second half of basketball coming up.
Oh, that's great. I can't wait to see it, and I just am so proud of what's going on in our community. I think it's absolutely wonderful that our two high schools can have a crosstown rival and get out and have fun while they compete. That's what it's about. It's about life lessons, having fun, learning how to be a member of a team, and I look forward to the second half. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure as always. Second half coming up next right here on Chippewa Valley Cable Television. Both teams have emerged from the locker room, nearly set to go. Second half of play. Dakota Cougars 25, Chippewa Valley Big Reds 17. Big thank you once again to Chippewa Valley Schools Superintendent Ron Roberts for stopping by at halftime, giving us a little bit of an update on what's taking place in the district as well as the potential for a snow day. It's out there, folks. The snow, it's coming. But in the meantime, we got some basketball, a second half left to go here. Dakota with the opening possession of this second half. Owen Colport with 6 points. Feeds it down low to Washburn. Picked up the dribble. And they'll reset. Washburn asking for it right back. He was calling for it. Wright was there defensively. Now Washburn's going to go set a little screen at the half-court line. And they're going to feed it down low. What a move there. Trent Moore found himself wide open. He now has 3. Kalen Shaw, 7 points. Isaiah Joliffy leads the Big Reds in scoring with 8, and there's a turnover. Can't have that in the second half if the Big Reds hope to get back in this basketball game. Allen Browning with the lay-in. 4 quick ones for Dakota. They lead by 12, 29-17. Shaw's going to slow things down for the Big Reds. Works his way to the left. Nothing there. Wright catches at the free throw line. Immediately draws a double team. Kicks it out. Off the high glass and in. Kalen Shaw now with 10 points. Where would the Big Reds be without him tonight? He has provided them with some instant offense. He's knocked out 2 trays. Catch at the line. Browning, good. Browning with 6 points. Some of that secondary scoring for the Cougars. 6 different Dakota players scored in the first half. Right, back to Shaw. Cross-court pass to Joliffy. Right on the cut. And a good follow-up make there by Petway. 6'3" senior with the putback. Big Reds just kind of hanging around right now. Petway, very top of this defense. Big Reds sticking with the man-to-man. Parker kind of getting pushed out of the way via the screen. Able to get back to guard Watson. Now it's Colpert. Twists, turns, floats up a shot. Can't get it to fall, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. First trip to the charity line for Owen Colpert. First foul of the game for Cameron Petway. First team foul here in the second half for the Big Reds. Kind roll off the front iron and down for Owen Colpert. He adds to his total, gives him 7 now on the game. Colpert, a fantastic wide receiver. Pretty good off guard for head coach Paul Tocco. A terrific little backdoor move by Justin Parker. And Coach Corey Smith kind of threw his hands out to the side. Wasn't quite sure. Perhaps it wasn't the play call, but it worked. Good drive inside, floater. The little runner there for Washburn is good. Washburn with 8 points. Coach Tocco has really found a starting 5 he likes here tonight. Bank is open late on a Tuesday night for Kalen Shaw. His 3rd triple of the game. He's keeping the Big Reds right in it. Ooh, tough catch. And Watson able to pick it up. Now 2 Big Reds converge. Nearly came away with the steal. Now it leads to numbers for Dakota as Morin's able to lay it in. He thought he got fouled, and now we got a violation on the inbound pass. As it looked like Jordan Wright might have stepped over the baseline. That is a costly turnover. Lead back up to 10 now for Dakota. Can't have those mental mistakes if you want to work yourself back in this game. And now out of the half court inbound play, they bang around down low. Browning went up. Contact was made, and Browning will go to the line. Second personal on Kalen Shaw, who now has 13 points for the Big Reds. Browning able to connect on the first. Low line driving free throw is good for Browning. 6 points for Browning in this corner, gives him 8 in the game. Energy begins to get picked up just a bit by the student section. They're enjoying this 12-point Cougar lead. Noise begins to swell. Kalen Shaw would like to quiet them down. He has been on fire here tonight. Petway works away way around the screen. Tried to turn the corner, gets cut off, and now a travel. Browning catches quickly to the front court. Drop pass. Washburn ran out of real estate. Resets, tries again, goes up strong with the left hand and connects. Boy, oh boy, Washburn has been phenomenal. Another one of those long list of big men for Dakota. They're getting valuable minutes. Wright goes up strong. Counted and the foul. Wright's first bucket of the game, and he'll go to the line to try to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. Just the first team foul, first as well on Owen Colpert. Chippewa Valley hasn't spent a lot of time at the free throw line. Just their 3rd free throw of the game. It goes home. So 3 points there for Jordan Wright. 41-30, Cougars out in front. Pull-up jumper, short. Shaw wipes it down. He's quickly up ahead. Petway, terrific bounce pass. He lays it up, lays it in. Colpert looking for the answer. Oh, they're going for the alley-oop. We're gonna get a foul call. Washburn unable to throw it down, but he'll go to the line. He slaps hands with Colpert. Terrific vision there on the alley-oop play. That would have absolutely brought the house down if Washburn was able to dunk that home. This gym just looking for something to erupt. Washburn can't get the first to go. Lorenzo Alfred will replace Trent Morin. One more free throw coming up for Washburn. Matt Wooters in the game as well. 2 misses, so an empty trip there for the Cougars. Kalen Shaw puts on the Jets. Being guarded by Wooters. Shaw, a little bit of an individual effort. Count that baby, and the foul. Oh, and now he hushes the home crowd. Kalen Shaw absolutely feeling it here tonight. 15 points, can't get the freebie to fall. Lead down to 7, 41-34, under 3 minutes remaining in the third. Colpert, step back 3. Oh, it was blocked. It was blocked. Jordan Wright kicked it out of bounds. Oh boy, he puts the jersey over his head. He can't believe it. His head coach, Corey Smith, quickly grabbed him, pounded him on the chest, said, "Don't worry, big fella, we'll figure it out." Big Reds within 7, closest they've been in quite some time. Colpert with his back to the basket, flips a pass, it's intercepted by Kalen Shaw. Strength in numbers, little 3-on-2. Pocket pass to Petway. He gets tied up in the lane. It's a loose ball. It's a battle. Oh, somebody kicked at it. They're going to get Kelvin Watson, I believe, for kicking the ball. So the possession will stay with the Big Reds. And now the student section is going to get on Kelvin Watson. So they trade barbs back and forth, and now Jordan Wright was cut into the basket. He got held up. Jason Barra, I believe, the guilty party. Nope, they're going to get Kelvin Watson. That's Watson's first. Team third, 2:27 left to go. Are you entertained or what? What a game. What a bounce back here in the third by the Big Reds. Hoisting and hitting. Oh, he's unconscious. Kalen Shaw's third triple of the third quarter, 4th of the game. Coach Toko wants a timeout. He wants to hush the visitors as they are now within 4, 41-37. 18 points for the 5'10 senior Kalen Shaw. 2:27 left to go in the third. Upcoming schedule for our Dakota Cougars. They're going to go on the road, and they are going to go on the road for their next 4. Road games against Roseville, L'Anse Creuse North, Sterling Heights Stevenson, and then a big-time road trip. They're going to go all the way over to Kalamazoo to play. Kalamazoo, Lloyd Norrix. That opponent, that game will be played on February 4th. So the next game for the Cougars will take place on Thursday, weather permitting. That will be a road game against Lance. Nope, check that. That'll be a road game against Roseville. Roseville, the next opponent on the road. In the meantime, we got ourselves a basketball game. Cougars looked like they were going to just put it on the Big Reds. They had an 8-point lead and came out of halftime, scored 4 straight. And since then, it has been all Big Reds as they have worked themselves back into this game. And it really has been the Kalen Shaw show here tonight. He asks for the screen, gets it in the form of Jordan Wright. Was looking for a little pick and roll action. Shaw, oh, he was able to tiptoe the sideline and save that basketball. A ball fake by Petway. And then a little give and go, and one. Oh, baby! Zachary Bazik. With the bucket and the harm, an opportunity to pull the Big Reds within 1. In and out, but the offensive rebound snared by Petway. Goes over to Shaw, being guarded by Matt Wooters. Shaw yo-yos the basketball, now attacks the rim. No contact, no call. Owen Colport the other way. His Cougars now just up 2. Matt Wooters, they swing it around the perimeter. Watson now back up top to Wooters. Dakota will slow things down. A little 5-out look now as Barr will go down below. Attacking the basket, Colport, no good. But we'll go to the line to shoot 2. Colport with 8 points. A perfect 2 for 2 from the line so far. Misses short. Joe Liffey back into the game for the Big Reds. VJ Jackson into the game, replaces Matt Wooters. Colport able to knock down the second. So it's a split at the line, 42-39. Joe Liffey gonna run the point now. Kalen Shaw getting a bit of a breather. Joe Liffey into the corner, Bezuk. 3 on the way is long. Into the waiting hands of Owen Colport. Quickly into the front court. Slams on the brakes. Little hesitation. Being guarded by Joe Liffey. That's a block there by Wright. Tracked down by Petway. Tapped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Cougars. 46.7 left to go. Lorenzo Alfred will trigger from a funny spot, kind of at the end of the Dakota bench. Colport hugs the basketball on his right hip, works his way around the screen. Little jab step, handoff to Alfred. Watson thought about lifting, instead goes up, floats one up and traveled. He kind of threw one up underhand, but before he got the shot off, he took one too many steps and got called for the travel. Under a half minute remaining third quarter of play, 42-39. Joe Liffey being guarded by Jackson. We'll try the other side. And reverses once again. And then we're gonna get a hand check. Nope, we're gonna get a 5-second violation. 5-second violation there on Joe Liffey. Spent too much time in the backcourt, spent too much time not attacking the basket. So he gets called for the 5-second violation. Tremendous defense by VJ Jackson. Dozen seconds left to go in the third quarter. We'll see if the Cougars hold for one final shot. Oh, they threw it into a triple team. Watson with the turnover, right quickly up ahead. Was trying to find Parker as Jordan Wright was out of control. 2.5 seconds here for Dakota. Plenty of time to get something up. And it's going to be Colport from three-quarter court. Good if it goes. It does not. After 3 quarters of play, Cougars in front, 42-39. Big Reds end up outscoring Dakota 22-17 in that third frame. The love of the game draws us to sports as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played. To feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping onto the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Well, if you're just tuning us in here on CBC TV, you have missed quite a game. Where have you been? Well, Big Reds have trailed throughout, but they are down now just one possession, 42-39. I'm Brad Fetters, coming to you tonight from Dakota High School, right for three long. Off the side of the rim, and now contact made by Chippewa Valley as Nathan Washburn ripped down that rebound. Washburn's got 10 points in this game. As Dakota has gone to one of their big lineups here to start this fourth quarter with Morin and Washburn in the game. Oh, check that, Jason Barra, the other big. It's not Morin, I apologize. Owen Colpert, Mike Wooters, and VJ Jackson, the three guards in the game right now for Paul Toko. It's the starters out there on the floor for Corey Smith to start the fourth. Joliffy, Shaw, Petway, Wright, and Parker. 3-point lead for the Cougars. Jackson over to Colpert. Colpert trying to back down his defenders. He's trying to leave it for Washburn, and it's a takeaway. Quickly up ahead to Kalen Shaw, off the high glass and down. This has the feelings of another game that's going to come right down to the wire. It was Kalen Shaw on his home floor that won it. VJ Jackson's little bunny's no good. Shaw, an opportunity to give the Big Reds the lead, and they will do just that. Cameron Petway, what a comeback tonight by the Big Reds. They trailed by 8 at halftime. Now have the 1-point lead, 43-42. Colpert strong to his left, off the high glass, refused to go down. Loose ball, controlled by Shaw, quickly up ahead. No hesitation, and the foul! Kalen Shaw flexes the muscles. What a game, 22 points for Kalen Shaw. No bigger bucket than that one. 4-point lead now for the Big Reds. 16 points in the second half for the senior. Jackson, as the Cougars look for an answer on offense. Baseline shot off the top of the backboard. Oh my. Shaw once again, alley-ooped it there for Wright. Got his own pass and laid it in. Everything going right now for Mr. Shaw. And Coach Toko wants a timeout. He senses things are starting to slip away. He has to stop the Big Red momentum. Chippewa Valley faithful making some noise. Kalen Shaw, have yourself a night. 25 of the Big Reds' 48 points here tonight. An unbelievable individual effort by Kalen Shaw in this rivalry game. And now the Big Red student section with a chorus of "We Can't Hear You." The Big Reds have silenced this Dakota gymnasium. Oh, and the Cougars come right back with "Let's play football." The old standby. A little back and forth. Crunch time now for the Cougars. 48-42, 6:02 left to go in the fourth. Alan Browning, VJ Jackson, Nathan Washburn, Kelvin Watson, and Owen Colpert, the five on the floor right now for the Cougars. VJ Jackson barks out the play call, goes over to the left wing side for Alan Browning. Starts the attack, pull up jumper off the front iron, no good. An empty one and done trip there offensively for the Cougars. Kalen Shaw, step back three, look out, oh my! Jackson for the answer. He does just that. Punch, counter punch. These aren't just jabs. These are knockout blows. Shaw absolutely feeling it right now. He's on fire. Joe Liffey, crossover, spins into the lane, hangs and hits. Colpert, now the handoff to Browning. 8-point lead for the Big Reds. How big of a victory here tonight, and one for Colpert. How big of a victory will it be for one of these schools that desperately needs a win? For the Dakota Cougars, they're looking to get above 500. For the Big Reds, they're looking to put an end to a 4-game losing streak. Colpert finishes the 3-point play. Lead now down to 5, 48-53. Shaw was going for the alley-oop play there, was trying to hook up with Joe Liffey. Pass was intercepted. Owen Colpert into the corner. Jackson for 3, hit the side of the rim. Hit the side of the backboard, in fact. Shaw got held up. That doesn't matter. He still laid it in. And now we got timeout on the floor. And Corey Smith absolutely upset about something, not sure what. Perhaps that hold there on Kalen Shaw, as it looked like he was getting tugged on. 55-48. Kalen Shaw has 23 points in this second half. 30, count them, 3-0 in the game. He has been a man on a mission here tonight for the Big Reds. Folks, there's still 4:09 left to go in this game. Anything can happen at this point. Man, I wish I had my partner Jeff Vitale here tonight. He'd be having a blast. From Browning the trigger here. B.J. Jackson, point guard, will bring it up. And it takes a little bit of a bump there by Kalen Shaw. A little nickel and dimer. Shaw has been talking to the student section all night long. Shaw with 3 fouls in this game now. And Jackson knocks down the first. And Jackson knocks them both down. 55-50, 4 minutes to go, look out. And let's see here. Shaw was absolutely blasted as he dumped that pass off. The foul occurred before the shot. And now, surprised the referees aren't gonna kind of step in and have a few more words for the players here. That was a extremely hard foul on Kalen Shaw. Floats a pass inside. Everything going right the way of the Big Reds here in this second half. Is right finishes strong. Jason Barra, 8 first half points, nothing here in the second half. Checks into the game, replaces Alan Browning. So glad you decided to tune us in tonight here on Chippewa Valley Cable Television. Our rivalry game, round number 2. Round 1 went the way of the Big Reds. Looking for the knockout punch here. Oh, and a slot away. A block shot by Jordan Wright. Kelvin Watson out of control. Another kickball. And it'll stay with Dakota. 3:18 left to go in regulation. 57-50. This gymnasium is absolutely boiling over, and referee asks for the basketball back. Called Chitoko, not quite sure what the holdup was there. Jackson with a little ball fake into the corner. This is a big one here for Watson off the back heel. Refused to go down. Shaw gonna slow things down now, draws a double team, dribbled himself in and out of trouble. Now another double team comes, a trap, and Petway asked for and was granted a timeout. Exactly 3 minutes to go in regulation. 57-50 our score. Chippewa Valley in front. It will be a full timeout. So we gave you the Dakota upcoming schedule. As for Chippewa Valley, they will return home to take on Lance Cruz North on Thursday. That'll be a game you can see right here on Chippewa Valley Cable. And then next week, home game against conference leaders, Grosse Pointe South, before returning to the road to take on Roseville. So 3 MAC Red games coming up against Lance Cruz North, Grosse Pointe South, and the Roseville Panthers. Cougars have taken the floor. Big Reds come out of their timeout. Will have possession. They will toss things in from this near side. Cameron Petway will have the honors. Petway right. Joe Lippy, Cash Shaw, and Zach Basic, the 5 on the floor for Chippewa Valley. Pass comes to Shaw. 30 points now. And a tie-up possession arrow says Cougar basketball. Now a little shove there by Shaw. And Jackson comes out of the scrum with a smile on his face and a little bit of a shoulder shrug. Intensity picking up, to say the least. Wooters over to Jackson. Watson has it into the corner. Back to Jackson. Right with the block. Shaw, circus shot. We'll have 2 free throws. Kalen Shaw 1 for 2 at the line here tonight. In and out. 57-50, 2:28 left to go. Mike Wooters will replace VJ Jackson. Jason Barra will replace Mike Wooters. Shaw unable to hit either free throw, but it's the Big Reds that come down with a huge offensive rebound. Joe Liffey, and a foul call against Dakota. Kalen Shaw was clapping his hands. He wanted the basketball. And why not? He's got 23 second half points. That's the eighth personal, rather the eighth team foul on the Cougars. So these will be 1-and-1s coming up here for Joe Liffey. Misses the first, doesn't earn the second. That ball quickly sent back to sender as Washburn couldn't catch it cleanly. Well, things looking rather bleak now for the Cougars. Down 7, 2:13 left to go. Gonna need some instant offense. Watson lost control. Up ahead to Shaw. He was able to spin out of it. Shaw over to Joe Liffey. Back to Shaw. They'll slow things down. Why not a little 5 out? Telegraph that pass just a bit. Now Joe Liffey hangs, can't hit. Wright tried to volleyball, tap it up and in. And once again, it's going to stay with Chippewa Valley. They have owned the glass here in this second half. Multiple chance opportunities. Oh boy, is Corey Smith fired up. Now here comes the trap at the half-court line. It's going to be a turnover. Joe Liffey took a shot to the side of the head, and now a hard foul on the other side. Joe Liffey took an absolute shot at midcourt. He took an inadvertent elbow to the side of the head. Joe Liffey up on 2 feet. He's going to come out of this basketball game. Yeah, he is going to have a sore neck tomorrow. And on the other end, it was Petway with the foul. It will send Barr to the line for 2. No good. Lenzo Alfred into the game. Browning getting ready to come in for Barra. Barra unable to connect on either free throw, but it's Culper that comes down with the offensive rebound, puts it back, gets a kind roll. Lead down to 5, 57-52. Shaw tried to leave it there for Petway, saves it. Here comes the double team, the trap, and a foul called. Dakota bench can't believe it. Gonna send Bazuk to the line. Bazuk 1-and-1 coming up. Both teams now with 9 team fouls. 5-point lead for Chippewa Valley. An opportunity to make this a 3-possession game. These are 2 huge free throws potentially if he's able to knock down the first. 6'3" sophomore, cool and calm, delivers on the first, earns a second. Now this is the big one because this makes a 3-possession game. No good. But an offensive rebound and now a block shot. Watson up ahead, intercepted. Intercepted by Joe Liffey. He's back in the lineup. He gets it over to Shaw. Back to Wright. Now Dakota's going to have to foul, and they pick out Bazuk as the guy they want to foul. Under a minute to go. Chippewa Valley is going to empty out the lane. They'll allow Bazuk to shoot these 2 all by himself. Good on the first. and makes the second. What a second half comeback tonight by Chippewa Valley. They trail 25-17 at intermission as Barra lays it in. 43 points in the second half. That's their average for points in a game this season, 43 points. They have scored it here in the second half, and it has been Kalen Shaw. 23 of his 30 points in this game have come in the second half. There have been big games in this rivalry, but off the top of my head, I can't come up with a bigger individual performance than the one displayed tonight by Kalen Shaw. His Big Reds have called upon him throughout the second half, and he has delivered time and time again. 4 3-pointers in the second half, 5 3-pointers in the game. Cameron Petway to inbound. Up 6, 49.8 seconds left to go in regulation. Have to get this inbound pass in. Wright trapped along the sideline, got fouled immediately. So only a couple seconds tick off the clock. Jordan Wright has shot 1 free throw tonight. He's made it. He is 1 for 1. This will be 2 shots. They are in the double bonus. One more coming up. Get some words of encouragement there from Joe Liffey. 3 dribbles, a spin, sent on its way and home. 7-point lead. Wooters will catch. Defers to Colbert. Don't need a 3. He's going to take it from the parking lot, and he misses wide, and Joe Liffey comes down with a defensive rebound. That, folks, should just about do it. A huge comeback effort tonight by the Big Reds. It will snap a 4-game losing streak, and it will be a clean sweep of the season series tonight by Chippewa Valley. Their head coach, Corey Smith, in our preseason show admitted to me last year Dakota was, and I quote, their kryptonite. It cost the Big Reds an outright league title last year, did the Dakota Cougars. It was a shared title. The Big Reds last season were in the driver's seat all season long, but they couldn't get over the hurdle that was Dakota. Well, folks, the Big Reds have done it in a big way this season. They've had a buzzer beater at home and now a tremendous come from behind effort here on the road. They have held Dakota to 29 points here in the second half. Joe Liffey knocks down the first. Misses the second. Colbert gets the screen. Colbert had it tapped out from behind. Wright couldn't save it. 17.8 left to go in the fourth. Colbert rises, lays it in. Coach Toko will take a timeout. Can't take the timeouts with you, so they'll take them. One timeout remaining for both teams. A 7-point advantage right now for the Big Reds. Everything we could have hoped for and more tonight in this rivalry game. Dakota's taking the floor. And it's going to have to come away with a steal here on the inbound play. It'll be Kalen Shaw to inbound. Mountain of a hill to climb here for Dakota. Baseball pass all the way to the front court. Well, that's a costly turnover. That is a bad turnover there for the Big Reds because no time came off the clock. And now Dakota will be able to throw this in from their front court. So a little bit of a double whammy. And the fact that you don't take any time off the clock and you allow Dakota to not even have to bring the ball up. And they'll bring in their two bigs, Washburn and Barra. A little miscommunication there on the inbound play. Now you absolutely have to hurry. You gotta shoot. You gotta get a shot off as time becomes the enemy here. And Kalen Shaw, Joe Liffey, and Petway, 1, 2, and 3. A wave to the crowd. What an effort here tonight out of Mr. Kalen Shaw. He finishes with 30 points in the game. And the Big Reds come in on the road and take it by the final score of 63-56. Chippewa Valley improves their record of 4-6 overall, 2-4 in the MAC Red. Dakota falls to 5-6 with an identical 2-4 record in league play. A huge come from behind win for the Big Reds on the road. They trailed by 8 at the half. They come away victors tonight by 7. Once again, the final score, 63-56, the Big Reds over the Dakota Cougars. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our hard-working CVC TV crew, including our director tonight, Jim Calderon. I'd like to also thank our superintendent, Ron Roberts, for the halftime interview. A tremendous rivalry matchup here tonight that went the way of the Big Reds. Once again, the final score, 63-56. For our hard-working crew, I'm Brad Fetter saying goodnight one final time. We thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed calling it. We'll see you next time right here on Chippewa Valley Cable TV.